This information is brought to you by Ajit Kumar Nair, counseling psychologist and clinical hypnotherapist from Nair's Epigenetic Wellness, providing online and offline support. Display contact 9446 467779. Most of us enter parenthood with a vague idea of how we want to raise our kids, only to quickly realize that good intentions aren't enough. Parenting is a highly specific, learned skill, and we usually only start studying it after the child actually arrives. Without a plan, you find yourself operating in a purely reactive state. You are constantly putting out behavioral fires, trying to manage a meltdown that is already in progress, and ending every single day completely exhausted. But you can move away from that exhaustion. By building a proactive system that combines consistent boundaries with warm connection, you can stop fighting daily battles and start fostering genuine cooperation. Security grows in a predictable environment. When children know exactly what to expect from their parents and their routine, they stop testing the edges of the container and start feeling safe. Step 1 happens before you ever speak to your child. In a moment of crisis, a parent's immediate reaction is often driven by their own anxiety or a bruised ego. You want the noise to stop, and that urgency usually just escalates your child's panic. Before you address their behavior, you must run through a quick 3-part pause. First, breathe to center yourself. Second, reflect on your own triggers. And third, accept the situation for exactly what it is right now. This is a physiological requirement. You literally need to drop your vocal tone, slow your breathing, and consciously let go of the urge to force immediate compliance. By taking this pause, you stop reacting to the surface symptom, like the toy they just threw across the room, and you prepare yourself to address the root cause, which is the emotional overwhelm they do not know how to handle. True parental authority begins with internal self-regulation. When you master your own responses, you transform from a source of conflict into an anchor of calm. Once you are regulated, you have to find the right balance between 2 critical forces: warmth, which is how responsive you are to their feelings, and structure, which is how demanding your rules are. This chart plots 4 parenting styles based on demandingness and responsiveness. The extremes fail. Permissive parenting delivers high warmth but low expectations. Authoritarian parenting offers high structure but low warmth. The most effective approach is authoritative parenting, where high warmth and high expectations coexist. Think of this like bowling with the bumpers up. Your child gets to roll the ball, they get to try, and they get to miss. Your rules make sure they don't end up in the gutter, but you are not rolling the ball for them. Let's apply this to a daily scenario, trying to transition your child away from the playground when they don't want to leave. Instead of dragging them away abruptly, you use a proactive step. You give a clear 5-minute warning, combined with a bounded choice. We are leaving soon. Do you want one last slide or one last swing? When the 5 minutes are up, you follow through. If they protest, you hold the limit firmly, while validating their disappointment. I know you are upset that we have to go, but it is time to leave. The combination of rigid boundaries and emotional warmth creates the edges of a container. Children actively test boundaries because they are searching for those edges to confirm they are safe. The instinct to shield children from every hardship can inadvertently halt their growth. Protecting well-being is distinct from restricting development. Restriction is driven by the fear of minor failures or scrapes. When you constantly intervene to prevent small mistakes, you halt their physical and psychological development. Protection, under the nurturant parent model, means allowing them to explore and face natural consequences. You step back, intervening only to prevent serious harm. This balanced exposure is critical for kids today, who process immense amounts of technological and social stimuli on a daily basis. Digital native children are wired to look for logic. Traditional commands fail because these kids require a clear structure that makes sense of their environment. You have to practice intentional communication. State your expectation clearly, and then give your child a few seconds of wait time to process the instruction before you demand action. For example, when negotiating screen time, you set a clear limit up front. You enforce a break and explain that future privileges are tied directly to their cooperation in turning it off. Combining safe exposure with logical choices builds internal motivation and resilience. Temporary compliance is a short-term fix. True maturity requires understanding the framework of the rules. Ultimately, parenting successfully means you have to hold both the emotional hug and the strict rulebook at the exact same time. You act as a lighthouse, standing steady to guide your child safely through rough waters, but you don't try to sail the ship for them. When you implement this system, the daily battles shrink, the container holds, and inevitable mistakes become clear opportunities to repair the relationship, not moments for punishment. Thank you for watching. Ajay Kumar Nair, rehabilitation professional from Nair's Epigenetic Wellness, providing online and offline support. Show contact 9446 467 779. By choosing the authoritative system, you trade daily exhaustion for a confident, purposeful family life.